So we want to use Excel solver to solve one optimization problem related to operation research. The problem that we have is that we want to make table or chair, and then for every table that we make $200. For every chair that we make $100. So I want to find what combination will be good to make the most. So in this case, for every table that I make, I need 1 unit of metal and then 3 units of wood. For every chair I make, I need 3 units of metal and 1 unit of wood. I'm going to call this one X1. I'm going to call this one X2 because I want to find what combination of them would be. Now for metal, I have a limitation. In my warehouse, I only have like 6,000 or 6 units. And for wood, I have 9,000 or 9K unit. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to call limitation again. How much metal would be like for in overall? You need like X1 metal here, X1 metal here, X2 metal here, and X2 wood here. So I'm going to just add them. And then I know that this should be less than or equal, right? In the case where you are in your constraint, is that meaning that the total metal that you have is X1 plus 2X2 has to be less than or equal to 6. And then 3X1 plus X2 will be less than or equal to 9. That's the limitation on the wood. The optimization that I like to have would be 200X1 plus 100X2. So I want to maximize this. Set to this constraint. So how we do it in Excel? So what I like to do, I'm going to just drag this one to the side and then to show you both of them together. Okay, let's look into it here. So I want to put different limitations here. The first limitation, let's put the profit here. It's not actually a limitation, but this is going to be for the profit. Again, I can actually simply list the profit here. And then I have the next one. I have beside the profit, I have 2 limitations. One limitation I have is I have the limitation on metal and I have the limitation on the wood. So I just give it like estimate. For instance, I want to put like 0 chair, 0 table in the beginning, right? If I create 0 table, 0 chair, my profit would be equal to, the equation I have is 200x1 plus 100x2. So it will be 200 times x1, which is this, in this case is D3, plus the next one is 100 times E3. There you go. So this is going to be equation for profit. If I make 0 table, 0 chair, I make $0 profit. Now if I make 2 table, 1 chair, I make $500 of profit. This is equation that we set it up there. We can actually play with it. So on the limitation of the metal, I have one limitation. I have metal as the limitation. The limitation I have for metal, I can just put 9 here. That's actually my limit for metal. And the limit for wood, limit for metal is 6, limit for wood is 9. Let's set up the equation for metal is equal to, I need for metal 1 unit of this, so this times 1, plus the next one is actually 2 times that, or this times 2, it doesn't matter. The next one for wood would be equal to x3 times x1, or x1 times 3, plus x2 times 1, or just simply 1. Let's just look at these equations. In this equation, if I make 2 tables, make 1 chair, I make $500 profit. I use 4 metals and I use 7 woods. Everything is look fine, right? If you make 2 tables and 1 chair. If I make 3 tables, what would happen? If I make 3 tables, I make 700 profit, and then I make 5 metal. The metal is okay. But again, on wood, I've been over constrained. I'm using 10 wood. My limit is simply 9. So I want to find the good combination, optimized combination of these two. Again, I'll go back to value of 0 and 0. and then I'll work at Excel solver to do the calculation for me. So to do the Excel solver, you just simply click on data. You already have the solver. Now in this case, I want to maximize the cell. What cell is going to maximize? The profit. So it will be F, in this case will be F3. Make this maximize by changing what? By changing these two cells, right? It's going to change X1 and X2. And then I want to set up the equations, the constraints. So the first constraint I have is that this cell for metal should be less than or equal to 6, which is going to be this one, right? So I want to put G3 less than or equal to constraint, which is here. Again, you can manually put 6, or you can just simply click on this cell. So add this. Next one, click on the limitation for wood, should be less than or equal to 9. So sorry, this one should be less than or equal to H6, H5. So H3, H5, and then simply okay this. So I have two constraints. Tell me okay, non-negative value, which is I like this idea. Press solve. Now what I found that I can make 2.4 table, 1.8 chair, and then I'm going to be good with everything. I make $660 of profit. Again, in this case, we have like 2.4, 1.8. Remember, this was like in the unit of thousands, right? Because when we say 6 and 9, this was 6,000 and 9,000. Let me just repeat this process with 6,000 and 9,000. Now I go to the solver and then hit solve again, which is making sense. Make 2,400 of this, $1,800 of this. You make this much money, and these are my limitations. So I go back to your question.